recommend them go back and backtrack into toxic? Why or why not? Let's do it like that.
I would say, yes, I have backtracked.
I don't know if that one on.
I got one.
All right then.
Oh, excuse me. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
I would say, yes, I have backtracked. That's because I messed up. Do I recommend
Because you messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I recommend backtracking? I say do what works for you. I can tell you where your heart is and what you're feeling. So to me, it's not recommend to backtrack or not to backtrack. Just go with your heart. But like I said, Virgos, if we mess up, we'll tuck our tail, especially if the person worth it to us. We'll tuck our tail and ask for forgiveness. But if the other person mess up, we might, depending on how much we love them, we might try to take them.
Okay, that was my question. Are you saying that you have never taken somebody back that was toxic?
Yes.
Yes, you haven't, or yes, you have?
When you say toxic, what you saying? Bad? The word toxic just sounds so harsh.
Because that's just exactly what it is. It is harsh.
You have been in toxic relationships, and you have backtracked.
Right, toxic relationship, mental abuse, physical abuse.
Right, it's toxic.
Spiritual
it ain't
abuse,
healthy.
Sexual abuse.
Why y'all gotta use the word toxic?
Because that's the
well, what
that's
are we
the correct
supposed to say?
terminology.
Somebody that cussed you out, that put their hands on you, that talk crazy to you, that burnt up your shit, tore up your shit.
That's toxic.
That's toxic. Pull a gun out on you. So that's toxic.
That's
I said, have you ever gone back to a toxic woman? Yes or no? Go on, because he already answered on you before.
I don't hear toxic. I don't smash a toxic woman.
And you done backtrack with the toxic. Go on over here. Go, because you're looking for honest conversation.
On and off.
Excuse me, then.
With a toxic.
I'm at the wrong place.
Go ahead.
I've been in a relationship on and off for 5 years with a toxic person, and I can definitely say I would not ever, in nobody's lifetime, do that again to myself.
Okay.
So, but I have went back in my younger days, back to an Aries, but it worked out for 2 years. After the 2 years, I discovered that my growth is growing. She was in a standstill, and we sat down and had a conversation. I wanted to grow and go. She wanted to stay, so I let her stay and moved on. So it just depends on the people, man. You know.
So do you understand toxic now?
No, I don't. Not based on that.
Okay, so we're talking about toxic.
What's the question?
Thank you, Joe.
Have you ever been in a toxic relationship?
Yes.
Okay, a toxic relationship that you went back to, and would you recommend it? What did you learn from it? I asked, why do y'all go back? Well, you said you go back because you think it's unfinished business or whatever. So we're asking the men about toxic relationships and backtracking.
Okay, cool. So yes, I have been in a toxic relationship, a couple of them. I'm sure that I was to blame in a lot of them. I have definitely came back, and the reason why I came back to those relationships is because I have a good heart, and I was giving them another chance. And
It sound good.
And you know,
You just said two different things. You said you did something wrong, but
definitely.
well.
Sometimes,
Jordan,
not in all of them.
You took the words out of my mouth, man.
But-
Go ahead, man. Since I wasn't saying the politically correct thing.
I wasn't.
He's telling he on some bullshit right now.
Nah,
Too. He
I'm
was
being
right
serious.
for real for a
I'm
second.
being-
Then he done switched it. He had a kind heart.
See, there you go.
See, y'all don't want to accept the
Okay,
truth.
so what I'm saying is, I've been in a lot of toxic relationships, or not a lot. I've been in quite a few toxic relationships, and I have been the reason why.
The common denominator.
Yes, because sometimes I was young in my younger days. I had this movie, not even being out there. I just had this bullshit movie persona that life is supposed to go how the movies go. So I wasn't.
What movie were you trying to be?
It was a lot of movies.
Which
A lot
one?
of movies. A lot
Tell
of
me
movies.
one. Paid in full. Oh, okay.
It's a lot of movies.
That's a good movie.
It's
for
a
you.
lot of movies, but life ain't no damn movie. That shit will end
Yes.
quick. So
Yeah.
back to what I'm saying in relationship wise,
Okay.
I felt like that I had to be the superhero and shit had to be perfect, and it just wasn't like that. And if I could tell my younger self like just let shit be, then I would just let shit be, because I always used to try to fix shit. So in a relationship, I say I'll be toxic. Well, I'll go back to a relationship because I would feel like I was the reason why the relationship was toxic. So I would go back to the situation
To try to fix it.
because like I thought I was the reason. Now sometimes I would say I'm the reason because I might do something that she might do something, then I'm just not the 100% to blame. But why I would go back is because, like I said, I got a good heart and I'm trying to just make shit work. Now, would I advise it? No. Has it worked in some situations?
Mm-hmm.
Going back with my toxic partner has worked for me for a short time.
Okay.
And sometimes it has worked for me in a long time. You
Okay.
know, it just depends. Sometimes you can grow with that person. What might start out as toxic, if you were lucky enough to, be fortunate enough to stick together and
Right.
fight through it, that toxic relationship can grow into a strong relationship. If you're lucky.
Two people
Right.
have to be willing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to be willing.
A
for
toxic
sure.
relationship. Like I heard you, Dominique. You said 2 years y'all stayed together.
He said 5 years.
Five,
and then-
y'all broke
My
up.
on and
toxic
off.
He's talking about two different
relationship,
relationships.
2 different relationships. So
Right,
my
but you
my
said-
toxic relationship was on and off for 5 years.
You had
The
one.
other one, but the other question was about going back, and I only went back to one person
And you
once.
stayed 2
That was
years.
the 2 years.
And yeah, but we didn't have no bad relationship. It wasn't a bad relationship. It was just the fact I wanted to grow. I was
So
growing.
it wasn't toxic then.
Yeah. So
It was
but
fixed.
She asked 2 different questions.
Right, backtracking and
Yeah,
toxic.
backtracking
So
and toxic.
your
I asked
toxic
about-
one, you went back and you've gone
I
back
was
and
going
forth
back and
throughout
forth,
the
back and
5
forth
years.
Throughout the 5 years.
But backtracking, he said he backtracked to one
Once.
relationship
And we stayed
and it
together for
lasted
2
2
years.
years,
But
and
it
then they
wasn't
were just
toxic.
growing different.
Yeah, we just
So he
grew
answered
different
back.
ways.
That's why you backtrack, because it
Right.
wasn't toxic.
Right.
Yeah.
But they just weren't growing in the same
Yeah,
direction.
Because to me, what I know about a toxic relationship, if you make it a year and don't have no problem, that's not a toxic relationship. Most toxic
No
relationships,
problems, you said. Okay.
most toxic relationships, you're gonna have drama every other day,
Yeah.
every other 2 weeks, in the morning, in the AM to PM.
But see,
So you know what toxic is.
This is what I have learned, though. Okay, so this is
Right, because he
You
know what
two are
toxic was a
funny.
minute ago.
I know what toxic is, but what I'm telling you, most toxic relationships,
No, I'm saying
you know,
earlier when you were
he
saying
said
what's
2
toxic,
years,
being funny.
you ain't gonna make it 2 years. And then something could be the norm too. My relationship might be toxic to you,
Mhm.
but what me and my girl got going on could be the norm for us.
Right.
Yeah,
And but we had that conversation before where you said some people like that. That's what they do. They fight, they argue,
Yeah.
they kiss and make up, they fight and argue and bust
Right.
this up
Because
and
what
give
might be
it.
toxic to you might just be annoying to somebody else.
Right.
Right.
Like,
So
you know.
again, have you
Right.
been in relationships that you backtrack? Have you been
The
in?
toxic is their normal, right?
Yeah.
They may
That's
not
it.
though.
This is
Right, right.
this is like the ones you watch. What's that? Bad Boys,
Yeah,
the cops
yeah,
and all
cops.
that. When Billy Ray and Mary Jane get to fight, and she running behind the police car to let him out.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
call the police.
But
and he don't bust
any
your
relationship
head
where
with
it's physical
That's normal, but that's toxic.
is toxic.
right.
It might be normal, but any relationship where it's physical is
I-
toxic.
okay, let me
I'm
tell you, I
sorry
have
to
a-
hear with physical. It's mental too.
Yeah, that
Both, right.
And verbal
That
too,
that
because
too.
that mental
You're right.
and verbal abuse hit
Right.
a lot
Right.
more. I
So,
prefer us to
yeah.
goddamn
So-
fight.
Well, let me ask you, dude, how many
That shit is
men
smart.
have y'all had verbal abuse?
How many what?
How many men you know?
Men
get-
go through verbal
That been
abuse
verbally
to be in my
abused.
mind daily.
How?
You said how many men been verbally abused?
But women talking crazy to him?
Right,
That's
Every
form
other
of
day.
verbal abuse. That's every other day.
Women talking crazy?
right.
So,
That's not abuse.
yeah, you'd be surprised.
Like for example, excuse me.
That's
Give me an
that's a person that you know that's toxic is normal.
Give you an example, excuse my language, everybody. Fuck you, nigga. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit. You ain't gonna be about shit, you dumbass motherfucker.
Yeah,
What's
That's a
that?
form of verbal abuse.
That's
man.
verbal abuse.
That's
I ain't never been in a relationship like
yeah,
that.
hell no.
You ain't never been talked too crazy about
I don't
you.
play that shit.
Oh, boy, please. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because he
It
came.
sound good,
He a lie
goddamn. It
because
sound
you
good.
came on here
That's
and
all I'm
said
saying. It sounds
that's
good.
not
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
Because remember he said you couldn't even look at the waitress. You couldn't even look at nobody down like you would talk too crazy and jacked up.
Right,
So
you didn't say that last week. I'm just
I'm sitting up here
saying.
like you have been verbally
No,
abused,
I'm
and that was
I
normal
ain't never
to
had
you.
no. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna beat nothing.
But
you asked for- you asked for
an
an example.
I just gave you an example. We're not saying that.
Right, you ain't gotta say that.
I'm not saying she said that to you exactly. But you asked what verbal abuse was, so that's a form of it.
See what y'all
It's different
brothers
ways.
start doing. Y'all need to start grabbing this. Look, y'all,
Keep your fight in there, you know.
y'all young Thundercat, grab these women by the back of their neck and said, listen up. Red is online
That's
already.
Man, you got some.
You said y'all
Hold on.
Thundercats.
You got some that you grab the back of the neck. They like that shit. They what they want to fight.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
toxic too.
That's toxic too, man.
When she get out the fight, you grab her by the back of the neck.
The back of the neck, he
The
said.
back of the neck is
You know how, like
He said the back of the
it
neck.
says sensitive.
She said it was crazy.
Can't move.
Yeah, look, listen
like
here.
a cat.
So listen here.
Okay, so toxic to
Start
me.
shrugging your shoulders.
I don't see toxic to me. If we get into an argument and we fussing and you talking crazy, those that have been, and this is me, no judgment to those that this is normal to them. But I have been around women or people in my grown adult life that say that they have been physically abused and mentally abused, and they still give themselves to these men
You know why?
or these women
You know why?
because something is wrong.
No, it's not.
Something is wrong.
It's something
Can
within.
somebody, if a man talk to me like he
it's-
just was
it's something
talking,
within.
do you think I'm finna sleep with him? I don't care if we in the same house
Yeah,
together. I'm not.
Sometimes it can be something within because, for an example,
That's what
for
I say, something wrong.
guys, you know, we raised by
I'll
the
black
women.
my eyes, bust
We
my
raised by women, so we don't know how their mother treated them. So if their mother, like say for example, your mom just
It's
talk
sad.
to you negative like that, or talk to you down all the time like that, then you'll end up getting with a woman that's the same exact way, not even realizing you dating your mother.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
And
because
girls the
it's a the girls are the same exact way. So when you think about that, it kind of goes stem back to a lot of aspects of your childhood.
What was
Everything
you gonna
always
say?
stem back from your childhood.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready to finish.
Yeah, so
He finished. You was getting ready to say something. Is that normal?
I never experienced stuff like that. 'Cause
but like I said, this was my first
I
time.
played
I can
that.
admit to mine. This was my first time.
He admits
ever.
he is too before Dominic. You
No,
just
Yeah.
I ain't
Man,
playing.
the hell with all that, man. I'm not gonna sit here in front and
Oh, please, man.
it's not me.
What's that, Virgo?
But I experienced that. I experienced
I ain't play
that.
that
It was my first
He
time
lied.
experiencing it.
Dominic.
But it took me
Don't
40
Don't
years to
listen to him. He
experience
is
the shit.
lying.
No, see, you gotta start checking around, brother.
Man, listen, it ain't about
He is
checking
lying.
no damn body.
He trying to
It's
set you
about
up. Don't fall
I know
into
he
it.
trying to set me up, but I ain't worrying about it because
Look, cause he done already told us. Look,
Yeah, he
he
already-
at the restaurant.
yeah, he
Look,
already told me.
He
man. I
get
already
beat up
know.
because he talking to the waitress.
Yeah. I just know
He
next
walking
time.
down
I
the
just know
street.
next time the signs because I wasn't. The point is, for me, I wasn't used to that type.
Right, the sign.
You know what I'm saying? So when I first saw the signs, I had a conversation with a
That's
friend
when
of
you're supposed to
mine,
run.
and she. But I didn't. Again, I didn't know.
Right, but now you know.
So now I know. But the
No,
point
if they smack, if they chew gum, maybe popping it while they
nah,
talking.
bro, she
We
wasn't
ain't
doing all
do none of
that.
that.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna date them normally anyway. But she
Six
had
figure,
she
educated.
had business about herself,
Hey.
but her mental capacity wasn't
Right.
so hard.
6 figures? Oh,
But
that's
it
crazy.
took a minute. No.
Who's
But
we
the
at
point
yesterday?
is,
Somebody
it
said
took a minute for the real her to come out. See, back in the day, it used to take about a year, 2 years for that real person to come out. You know what I'm saying? Now it could take anywhere between 6 months to a year. Give or take, it depends on the person. So she played her cards right. She did what she needed to do. She did what she had to do.
To get you.
They can hide it longer.
And
That's what we saying.
once she got me, she was still doing good until.
Okay.
Let me finish. Until we moved in together and COVID hit.
Yeah.
And that's when 2 weeks later the real her came out, and I was like, "Whoa, Lord, time to fuck out."
He said, "Whoa, Lord."
But it
Right.
made. But I don't regret being with her. I don't, cause it taught me a valuable lesson.
Which
is
a lot of shit. But it taught me a lot about me. In other words, if you are a young child, you go through some trauma or whatever you've been through in your life, you become bitter. Some, not all. You become bitter. And what happens is you become a bitter adult. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't take the time out to get the help that you probably need. So I am grateful to say that I experienced her because she taught me what I don't want, what I don't need, and what I don't have to settle for, and what I don't care to put up with anymore.
I got you.
Period. But she showed me what I would have looked like if I stayed bitter at a young age. Mm-hmm. She showed me. God showed me me. Mm-hmm. He showed me the other side of me, but he also showed me why me and my mom don't get along.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So.
All right. What I gather on what you just said to me, I have experienced some of those things. Men are even killed.
Yeah.
If he throw it off from the beginning, he gonna show you 12 to 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
You're going to see that mean streak, that aggressive streak, that bossy streak. Mm-hmm. Men can't suppress who they really are for a long period of time.
Right.
When he's a gambler, hustler, whatever, thug, creep, whatever. He going to do something in a short period of time. A woman can as soon as you get comfortable, you wake up in the morning, you got a whole different person.
Yeah, you're right though.
I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
And
do it take a long time? Like you said, it takes a short time for y'all to show who y'all are. For a woman, it takes a short time for a woman. A long time for a woman to show. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a long time for soon as you think you're about I'm good. Then all of a sudden they switch gears on you. They're like, wait a minute now, where did this come from? And then when you say something, you should have paid attention. I've been showing you all the while. No, you ain't showed me this. But to keep the peace, we're like, okay. Then all of a sudden, another phrase come up. They shift gears again. We're like, whoa, what is this?
Like I said, I think a lot of women out there do not know what they truly want and or need.
Right.
They'll say they want a good man, they get a good man, and they do this right here, or they want to do this right here. But then when they get a whole-blown jackass, the other side of us, then now they want to love on us. And
I'm going to tell you something.
Out here, what the hell?
I experienced
good man.
Let me tell you something. I realize this, why I don't get mad like I used to about certain things with women. Women know what they'll do. That's why they accuse us so much.
Hello.
I'm going to pause right there. Saturday I was at work. I had a client that had a standing appointment. Had another client that I was fitting in. The one that was fitting in would sit and wait when I have other male clients. Don't say nothing, laugh and shoot the bobo with everybody. But this particular time, this woman she'd never seen before. They never seen each other. She's like, I wish she'd hear you. I wish she'd stop talking so I can get in and get out. So I was like, whoa, you don't even know her. She has an appointment. You the one don't have an appointment. I'm just helping you.
Right.
So it just to me, I'm like, I said, so what was your purpose of saying that? Because it's not like I would go to my doctor and say, hey, doc, you spend too much time with that patient. You know what I mean? Only way I would say, I must got feelings for my doctor. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From a man point of view.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would you say that?
Oh, here's a question to the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, why do women compete so much against each other? I ain't saying all y'all, but it's a great number. It's like a competition. It's like a competition thing where y'all, not all y'all, but most of you is in competition with the other woman. In my mind, if you are confident within yourself, you have that high self-esteem and, all those good things, it don't matter what chick come walking through, seeing your man or eyeing your man or whatever, you know what you're doing, you're supposed to do, and you doing your part as his lover. In my mind, if he decide to leave, shit, that's on him. That's how I see it, but I just don't understand why y'all in competition so much with each other?
Okay, my answer is I'm not in competition.
I know you
I'm not in competition.
I knew she
I would say that I'm not sharing and knowing. I feel like you ought to know, as a woman, I feel like you ought to want to be with someone that wants to be with you. I don't want to be with somebody that don't want to be with me.
I agree.
I feel like we are all created different. We have different shapes, sizes, colors, hair, you know. Men like different things, you know what I'm saying? Some men like breasts, some like boobs, butts and thighs or whatever. Some like long hair, short hair, light, dark, or whatever. So with that being the case, I feel like you need to be comfortable with who you decide to be with and realize that there is somebody out here that can love and accept you as you are. And there is no perfect. I don't feel like there's a perfect person. I feel like you learn how to dance with who you with. You know what I'm saying? And you make it the best dance you can make it with who you're with. But as far as competing and comparing myself to other women, I compete with myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm 51, and I want to, like, sometimes I be like, dang, I wish I could move or do this like I could when I was in my 30s. And sometimes in my brain, I'm like, yeah, I'm 30. But then when I get out here with these kids, then I'm like, nah, I ain't 30, girl. You get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's meeting my kids, my grandkids, and how they move and what they're doing and the energy level that I have versus before I had health issues or whatever the case may be. So my competition is with myself.
So,
if I'm with a man that I feel insecure or I feel like, because I think insecurity is natural for anybody, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like if I have to question my importance or my value when I'm with you, then maybe I don't need to be with you, right? Because I'm not going to do anything to make you feel insecure or make you feel like you ain't it for me. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not going to be another male. It may be somewhere that you ain't measuring up, and I'll say it. I'm not going. You're not going to wonder. Oh well, I don't like because you don't change my tire. You ain't gonna have to wonder why. Cause I'm gonna tell you, you ain't changing my tire. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna have to wonder that. So I feel like I don't feel like all women, and you said it, I don't feel like all women compete with each other. I feel like when you're a secure woman, we can compliment each other and keep it moving, right? We compliment each other. You in your lane, I'm in my lane. What works for you works for me, and what works for me works for me, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a person that's in competition. I don't feel a woman that's in competition.
Yeah, I just noticed a lot of different videos when I actually am on social media that it's the competition thing.
You mean it's talking about each other or just comparing?
Comparing and comparing.
I
It's
totally
talking
agree.
about each other also.
I totally agree with you, Dominique.
I ain't talking about.
You know what's funny? In my whole life, I only seen one man that go public, black man, and talk about women. And that guy is the one that passed away.
Kevin Samuels, the one that died.
Kevin Samuels. Not saying he didn't have some valid points, but most men don't sit around and say what a woman should do. Baby, you're just not the woman for me. I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm not going to put all that energy to say you're not up to par. All right? But women will sit and say what we're supposed to do. And they're not a man. They're
going by the biblical book.
I was gonna say, give an example of what you mean. Women's supposed to say. Women say what men are supposed to do.
You're supposed to take care of me. That's what you're supposed to do.
In general conversation, I'm gonna put it in layman's terms so everybody can understand it. Okay. You know how when a boy get his first car, whether it's a raggedy car
or not, right?
He wash it. Mm-hmm. He run the water bill up at his parents' house, washing that raggedy car that need to be painted.
Right.
He got one mud tile on this wheel, a white wall on that wheel, a hubcap on that one, no hubcap.
I haven't seen that, bro.
But he loves that car.
Right.
And he cherishes that car.
Right.
Well, a man and woman is the same way. But now when that car starts smoking, leaking oil, won't hold a parking brake. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna keep trying to fix it. until
No,
we pay for it.
especially when he's getting money.
Oh, now you didn't say that, boy.
Oh, I left out that for you.
Yeah, okay.
Hello.
So what I'm saying, the car is not worth the headache what I'm going through. Every time I get sharp, my car cut off.
Hello.
Or I got to walk down the expressway because that gas hand don't work.
The gas light, your engine light on.
And you look crazy with $400-500 in your pocket and you walk with a gas can.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to step it up.
Happens to me. In my
No,
mind,
shit, no.
But yeah, I
gotta
get
get
what
in
you're
the
saying.
car.
Yeah.
Time to get in the
It's
car.
time to get in the car.
So a man view it, and like your woman is a reflection of you. If you raggedy, your woman raggedy.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah,
So-
they ain't had that problem.
So
Yeah,
a lot of people,
but then vice versa too. You know?
yeah. So now, when you say
Women
vice,
I was gonna say.
when you
now,
say
some
vice
women-
versa, no, I'm gonna tell you why I don't say vice versa for a woman.
Okay.
Cause a woman have a use for each man,
Damn.
and I'm gonna give you an
So
example.
we don't have a use for each woman?
No, we like what we like.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that. Go ahead. Continue.
I was selling dogs. Young lady walked up to me, nice sundress, nice, plain, decent hairdo, sandals and everything. She said, "Oh, I like the dog." She said, "Let me tell my boyfriend, we'll be right back." This dude came back, man. He had a bald head with a wave cap and a stocking cap on it.
Time out.
Uneven gold teeth. Walking on some big light house shoes, walking on the back of them.
You just said bald head with a wave cap. I'm stuck on that
Yes.
one. Okay, make sure that's
All
what I
right,
said.
let me
time
tell you
out.
how
Make sure I
stupid this
understand.
dude was. And it made me look at the woman different. She said, "Oh, the dog is pretty." I mean, you know how women talk about puppies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Then he like, "Yeah, bro, you know, woody, woody, whoop, whoop, whoop." That little talk they talk. You know what I mean? He had some money in his pocket, couldn't fold it. Like he had phone books cut up in his pocket.
Hello.
So he was like, "Hey." So now I said, "Oh, bingo. She with him for the paper." That goes back when I tell you, everybody have a place.
Everybody have to play.
All right, and she looking at me like, "Don't mess this up for me."
Right.
She trying to get the dog. Let this
Right.
nigga buy this dog. So he said, "What the mom and dad are like?" I said, "Well, man, you know the mama's true. I couldn't bring her with me because you may get by the puppies." Bet, cuz, bet. So my brother said to his girl like, "Hey, we'll email you a picture of the mama." She said, "Bet." This nigga said, "Email her." So my brother said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna email her." So he did like that. He said, "So give me your email. You know, we'll change email address, da da da." This nigga said, "Hold up. Why y'all niggas didn't give her the dog for free since y'all know each other's address?" So my brother like, "Hold up, wait a minute."
Email address.
I got what you
I'll,
said.
you know, I'm trying to be right here.
This Negro said, "You got an address, nigga? Why you just didn't get a dog for free? Y'all got me coming around here on this for this fugazi." I said, "Bro, I don't understand." So my brother said, "Cause my brother neutral. He's saying like, this nigga stupid. He don't know what an email address is." So we had a laptop and we showed him. He seen him scratching that wave cap like this, like, "Oh,
Like you got held.
well, this dude got, man, $4,000-5,000 in his pocket."
And a pretty girl on his own.
So she's sitting on here looking like,
So who's the fool?
Right.
bingo. So that's why I'm telling you, some women, just because you see them with little jelly head, it's a purpose.
Mhm. That is true.
But
You had a
she
maintenance man for
confirmed it,
this.
So
Yeah, you had a maintenance man for this. You had a yard man for this. You had somebody that tighten you up a couple of times a week. You had one that look cute on your arm when you go out to dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
So
single.
they do. Right, yeah, when you single, right. So I'm saying, like, what he's saying is true. But there are some women that do. They are for real with jelly head every day.
And I'm gonna tell you what older woman
Just going
told-
upside
I'm
the
telling
head,
my
too.
aunt told me.
Hello.
My aunt told me to say a woman can look up longer than you can look down.
That's true.
So you figure it out.
That means they can have sex forever.
Little joke. And you won't even know if nobody been there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We're gonna say goodnight.
So that's why I say you choke the motherfucker.
In the back of the neck.
In the back of the neck.
Grab
Better
the
control.
Don't choke him in the front, though.
I would patiently wait.
Dominique, come
Because
on,
if
man.
I choke her, I'm gonna snap her damn neck. So that's why I try
Crazy
not
and
to.
everybody.
You got, I'm telling you, get your little hand thing. You got this,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It help you.
Yeah.
It help you get your
Get
grip
your hand
down.
strong. Yeah.
Now, you don't need to get it stronger. It help you control the choke.
Control, yeah.
That's
That's
kept you control the choke.
Yeah, it help you.
I feel that squeeze it down here like a drumstick.
We were supposed to go over mental and physical infidelity, which is worse. So let me let next week.
Yeah.
That was the rest
Hold on,
of.
we're going to go over that next week. Is this like some kind of, hold on, I'm starting to
No,
feel like,
but remember, we were supposed to do this with Harold. Harold and them ain't here, so
I'm
I
starting to
just
feel
feel
like
them.
I'm at a counseling session.
And y'all need to
We
watch.
might need to be.
And y'all was supposed to watch Leave the World Behind.
Already.
Leave the World Behind. It has something to
I
do
won't
with
be
stuff that
watching
might
it
be
this
happening.
weekend because it's wrestling
Homework.
weekend, so therefore and homework.
Wrestling?
So,
Who go
Let's keep
word?
everybody in
Go
prayer.
word.
Now go boy don't wrestle.
Thank you, Reds. We're
Hey.
gonna say we do
Hold on,
hope
hold
that
on. Dominique.
Miss Candy feel better too. And we have a hold on, I gotta say this. We having a 2-year anniversary of Caribbean Life Radio here on September 14th, Saturday at 6 p.m. Everyone's welcome. If you ain't crazy, come show up, have fun. We're gonna have raffles, games, different DJs, music, food, different vendors. I have a lot of stuff going on that day, so I'm gonna be in and out. I was gonna be the raffle girl, but I'm not gonna be the raffle girl now. I was last year. But anyway, y'all continue to listen every week, and you don't just have to listen to Candid Coed Conversations with just Prima, y'all. On Live 365 app, Caribbean Life TV on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, all of that. We have shows every day. With lots of DJs. We have different shows with music. We have Christian shows. We have R&B. We have blah, blah, blah. And we also have DJ practice shows. That's the one that Roscoe goes to. Anyway, thank y'all. Love y'all. It's picture time, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank you also for bearing with us, because I kept seeing on all these cameras that we were blinking in and out. We were pausing. I see on here several times people were saying y'all were having bad connections. It was us.
Hi,
It was
this
the
is
storm.
Prima with Candid Coed Conversations with me, just Prima. Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30 to see what we have going on. We're talking about
Love you so, Grease.
and call in 608-661-1819 with questions, comments,
We gotta take
feedback.
picture time.
Gotta make sure the battery's on point.
Hi, this is Prima with Candid Coed Conversations
Always
with me,
putting
just
something
Prima.
on.
Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30 to 10ish to see what we have going on. We talk about everything.
That's how it is. I always put something funny on.
And call in 678-661-1819 with questions, comments, and feedback. Looking forward to it. Thanks.
That's our stuff.
That's a gut.
That's that woman.
All right.
That twummy.
Ain't that the fupa?
All of it. Look, all